Hey, and how was your tenure with Siggno? I mean, you were there with them 8 years, man, and it got better and better, right? From when you
No,
first started with them,
I mean,
as far
it
as
was,
popularity and
yeah, it's
gigs and
popularity.
money.
Yeah, it got better. I mean, it got better,
Yeah,
and then that was it.
because you're no longer with them.
No,
What
no,
what
no.
what you? A lot of people ask, what happened. Why'd you get out? Because it seems like you were with the Cumbia Kings, you were with Excelencia. I've known you since you were a kid, but you really became, I guess, because of social media as well. You became more of a well-known artist when you were with Signal. Like everybody knows Joey Jams. Everybody knows about Joey Jams now. And
Yeah.
so when you left the band, everybody was like, you were like sort of a staple of the band. I guess they considered you that.
No, they didn't consider. No,
No, I'm talking about the fans.
oh, the fans. Oh,
the
yeah,
fans.
yeah. Fans have been very supportive, but
Yeah.
it was just time for me to go. Like I just, I don't need to get into. I don't really want to talk about it. It's not worth my energy. But I'll just put it this way: I wasn't happy, so I got the fuck out. That simple.
Yeah. And then now you're with
Macizo.
Macizo.
Yeah, dude. Believe it or not.
But before Macizo, you were doing the Cumbia band.
Well, I was doing all kinds of things because.
And a Motley Crue.
Well, yeah. We'll see. We'll check it out. So I got done with that, and then I went and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't have no plan B. I didn't have another band. I didn't have. Usually, when I go from one journey to another, it's because either I got a better offer or was you
were just playing the hired gun.
exactly.
Thing, yeah.
So in this situation, I just wanted to get out, and that should say something. Like I didn't
Did you
have
give your 2 weeks notice?
Yeah, I gave him it was 2 weeks because
Yeah.
I left the band.
What did Jesse say when you told him you were leaving, bro?
I haven't talked to none of them.
No, you just didn't show up or what?
No, we were on vacation or we were
So
supposed
you texted
to.
him and said,
no,
told
no,
him
I
I'm
didn't even.
out?
I didn't even. I didn't even talk. I went to the powers that be. Let's just put it to you that way.
Okay.
And that was it. I
So
haven't.
you went and spoke with management and told them, hey, you know what? I'm out, and let Jesse know or let everybody else know.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Did it
pretty
get
much.
to that point where you weren't in speaking terms with Jesse or what?
No,
I mean,
no, it wasn't that. I just. It was time for me to. I just wanted to leave. I wasn't happy.
the camaraderie, there was no camaraderie in the
On
in the
stage?
band? Yeah.
Like we did, I will say this: we did what we did great on stage. That was it. But me personally, it wasn't worth it. And
And was it with just one
no,
band? you could-
nothing like that. It was nothing like that. I'd never had anything against the band. As a matter of fact, I was fighting for the band, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And then,
So
it was time for. I just
at any point in those 8 years, were you and Jesse had a good speaking relationship,
We-
friendship,
you know what,
or
at
any
fir-
type of that, and then it had a falling out?
At
or what?
first, it was weird. It was cool, and then we had our moments where we would get into it and blah blah blah. And one time it almost got pretty bad, and I guess
And what would cause those little skirmishes?
I don't honestly. He thought I was acting a certain way. I thought he was acting a certain way, and it kind of just blew up, And that.
Because when you play, you take a lot of attention, bro. When you play, was there anything having to do with that? Like,
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I don't see why.
he
I mean,
never confirmed
No,
you
no,
about
no,
that or
no,
anything?
no. It was nothing like that. It was nothing like that. I mean, like I said, there was one time where it got pretty bad, but I guess it was bad enough to where we knew at that time where we stood. Like, you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. We just go do our job.
And how long was that? A year or two that you all had that type of
No, that was-
professional relationship going, or what?
That happened. Shoot, that was like in 2013 when that happened.
You
Yeah,
had just joined them then.
No,
like
I
3
joined in
years.
11. Yeah, I was there for
Yeah,
3 years,
2
but
years.
but it was like, it was kind of like I guess, like I said, it being that bad at that time, we knew where we stood with each other.
And what kept you in the band from 2013 till
Well,
just recently?
it's because for me, it was like we may disagree on a lot of things. You know, you live in your world, I live in my world, and I told him, I told him more than once. I said, dude, you know, we may have our differences or whatever, and I said, but I will fucking go on stage with you against anybody, anytime. Like, we do what we do together, badass. You know what I mean?
It's a professional
yeah,
attitude.
Exactly.
You know, we got a job to do. We're gonna get up there. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But usually, if I'm unhappy at a job, you know, or I have a falling out with somebody at work, I would think like maybe I should get the hell out of here.
And more so.
And in 2013, I mean,
more so towards the more. I mean, I kept going because the machine was. I mean, dude, we went through a lot, bro. We went through a lot. We got screwed by our manager. We had to go do free gigs. They took our bus away before we were going on stage in Beeville. Like, we went through a lot. And then, you know, what
and
we
you
went.
stuck it out.
Yeah, but
even though you and Jesse weren't.
No. That happened, that happened that one time, and you know, we kind of, like I said,
2013.
Yeah, like I said, we kind of that happened, and then we kind of grew up from that, and just went and did what we were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not that we didn't have to, you know, how do you say it? Like, fight with each other and shit like that. We just went and did our job, and we went home. He went him, I went here. You know, we did what we did, and that was it. I mean, it was just, my thing was, towards the end, I wasn't happy. It was going on for me about a year, and I just decided that, you know, it's time for me to go.
And you didn't have a plan B or anything.
No.
You just said, see you later.
Well,
you called the management.
I called the management and just
and
said.
You haven't spoken to Jesse since then? Or you haven't texted him or anything? Or
I mean,
he hasn't reached out to you?
No, nobody did. Richard.
Yeah, the Bajo Sexto.
Yeah, Richard was the only one.
Yeah. And what did Richard tell you? Or what?
No, he just
was he trying to put it together again?
He was,
because I'm sure he enjoyed playing with you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the band thing was all right, but I mean, you know, he tried, and I was just like, I don't know, I wasn't happy.
And you were with Siggno during when Jesse's son joined the band as well.
That was my idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my idea.
Because I spoke with him and he said that, you guys had brought it up. Like, why don't you just bring your son in? And he had second thoughts about it.
The thing is that we had a situation happen with our bass player at the time, and he was trying to find. I remember he said he was going to call Felix from Intocable. He was trying to call all kinds of people. He was trying to call all kinds of people to do this weekend gig, and I'm like, dude, Felix is a beast. Don't get me wrong, but to learn our music and it was kind of like a
and he's
crisis.
a cowboy hat guy.
Yeah,
you know?
it was kind of a crisis at that moment. What are we gonna do? We have these 3 big gigs coming up. I was there in my house thinking. I said, I got an idea. I called Richard. I said, hey, bro, I know who can get us out of this jam. He goes, who? I said, Jacob. That's right. I'll call you back.
How did you know Jacob?
Well, I met him when I first joined the band. Turner had already had custody of him. So when I joined the band, he was already living in Corpus with him.
And you already knew he was learning songs?
He was playing in the church with his uncles.
Yeah.
And he was playing in church with his uncles, and then, of course, I mean, he played everything. He knew. I mean, he was an all-around musician. And when I actually went in the studio to record my first record with the band, Jacob was doing the guides with us. So when I was in there, like it was me on drums, Richard on bajo, Turner and Jacob on bass. And he was just laying the guides with us as we were recording. But and he would of course he knew the music. I mean, it was his dad's music. And I remember one time he went to one of our gigs. It was a private, and he got up to play with us, and just, he was playing in the back. We didn't want to show him that he was up there, because he was in the gospel thing or whatever. And but
y'all were doing secular music.
Yeah, right. And I knew, bro. It was weird. I figured that he would be the guy that can get us through this weekend because he knew our songs. And sure enough, dude, we went on stage. That was where we played in San Antonio. Was our first gig, and he did not skip a beat, bro.
That's what Turner said.
We played, and he was like he had been there all along. That was the crazy part. Like even the live licks that we would do live, he knew them. You know, he would study. I guess he would study our performances or whenever he'd be around and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
Jesse said he brought a special element to the band.
I looked at Jacob.
And the bass player and the drummer have this connection on stage that, you know, that's the backbone of the band.
You know what? I'll tell you one thing.